How you guys doing today? Let me fix my seat, fix my mic. Sound good? Let me do this over here. Oh yeah. So Jimmy, I see you. See it in the queue. Just give me a couple minutes here. I get you on there. Oh man, how you feeling, man? How you feeling today? Let me check here real quick. Sounds good. Thank you. Yes, man. I want to get into some stuff today, man. I just been chilling out, relaxing with the family today. Today was a good day, Ice Cube. But got some guests coming on today. Just bear with me real quick. I'm gonna text them, make sure they're coming on here. Yeah, so yeah, I had a whole different topic I was gonna talk about today. I was gonna talk about LeBron James, like I always do. But one of my friends called me up and said, "Hey man, you gotta talk about this topic." So I'm gonna talk about Simone Biles. If I say her name right, I don't know, but I'm gonna talk about that. There's some questions I want to ask. Right? Give me a second here. All right. Yeah, just let me know if the spelling's all right on the screen once I put it on there. But yeah, I want to talk about this. And a couple questions I want to ask is it okay quitting? Is quitting now accepted? Right? Let me put this the banner up. Is quitting now accepted? Is there a double standard when it comes to men and women? Last time I checked, I thought they were trying to be like us. You see, what's the basketball player used to play for the Sparks? Now she's on the cover of 2K. It's a triumph for women. Is it accepted? I want to talk about that. Now, also, what I want to talk about. So, the people who come on, you could definitely pick a topic if what you want to talk about. I want to talk about LeBron James becoming a billionaire. Does he have to take care of black people now because he's a billionaire? Now that he got the bag, he's part of the elite group. You got Bob Johnson, Michael Jordan, Oprah. Do black people have to take care of their own once they make it? Is there a thing called survival's guilt? For people who don't know, survival's guilt is when someone make it out of their current circumstances. Maybe they came from the hood, from the slums, and they make it out. Do they have to take care of the people back home? Or they a sellout if they don't? Also, I want to talk about LeBron James' mural was defaced, inaccurate. I want to discuss that a little bit. And I usually talk about certain things that I like to talk about. I want to ask who is the top five best rap performers, excuse me, performers, not performances. That's one time, performers. And usually I don't like to talk about what I my list first because I don't want to sway people's opinions. But what I'll say is I'll give you my top five performers in rap. If it's all total music, I got to put Michael Jackson up front. A lot of people say no, Beyonce, Beyonce. No. If you ain't making people faint, I can't put you up front. Can't do it. He just sit there and stare and take his glasses off. Come on, man. Hit the move up for God's sakes. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about before I get into everything. I'm gonna talk about my five top 5 performances. Now, I do like to go to concerts. I used to go heavy before the pandemic. I would be going a lot once I start seeing some stuff come down on South Georgia. We'll definitely be going. Right before pandemic, I went to Boys the Men concert in Tallahassee. That was dope. That was dope. It was cold, but it was dope. Went with my wife. It was a fantastic show, man. They did a lot of harmony. They did a lot of acapellas. It was a really great show. Also, I saw KRS-One in Tallahassee. That dude put it down. Oh man, the guy was sound checking, freestyling, putting at the crowd, naming stuff in the crowd, and that's how he was sound checking. I never saw nothing like it. Now Jay Z, I saw Jay Z a few times. I went to Maryland to see him. He was with Mary J. Blige. What a dope show! It was a very dope show. And then at the end, they collabed. Man, if you gotta go see Mary J, man, 'cause she's dope, man. She when she was singing them songs, man, everybody was singing in the whole arena. She didn't even have to sing. Jay Z put it down. And then I saw him also in Pittsburgh. Shout out for the people in Pittsburgh who saw that show. Now that was at the Rock the Mic tour. That's when I saw Busta Rhymes there. I saw it was a loaded show. 50 Cent when he first came out. 50 Cent was ready to beat up Who Kid out there because Who Kid was messing up. But it was Fabulous was there, Missy Elliott. Now, if you are watching this on Facebook, definitely hit that subscribe, hit that like, and that notification, and also appreciate the people for giving me the super chats on there and the Cash App, which I put my Cash App on there right now. But man, that was a dope show when I saw them, and when Jay Z was on there. This was a picture. It was Blueprint 2. And I just remember at the end when they closed, they had the whole rock there. It was Memphis Bleak, dudes from Philly. They did Excuse Me Miss at the end, and they all had suits on. It was pretty dope. Now I remember DMX was saying one time, no, that wasn't DMX, it was Jay Z. Jay Z said one time, he was like, DMX made him step his game up because when they did the tour, I think it was a Def Jam tour in like 2000. He said he couldn't go after DMX because DMX had people crying, laughing, and all in the same show. He crying at the end. He's amped up. So Jay Z had to start doing acapellas. But Busta Rhymes, I saw Busta Rhymes. He's by far one of the best performers I ever saw. This fool, I forgot what song he was singing. I think it was like "Put Your Hands Where the Eyes Can See," and he's going in and he just said, "Stop the music! Stop the music!" He pointed at this white guy in the crowd and say, "Look, if you don't dance, we're gonna come down there and beat you down. Won't you people wanna jump?" Everybody jumping in the thing, man. It was crazy. It was bananas, man. But let me know what your top five is. Jimmy, I'm coming to you in a minute. Give me 1 second. Yeah, you're right, Will. It was crazy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about a little bit about some what's her name, Simone Biles. I haven't really followed. I haven't been watching it to know too much about it. But I did, like I said, my boy gave me a shout out. We're gonna talk about it, so he knows more about it, and a lot of other people gonna come in and chime in. So if you've been watching the Olympics, definitely call in. I'm gonna put the thing on the bottom. Let me know what's going on. Let the people know. All right, and give me your 2 cents. So give me a second here. I'll put it to the on the screen here. Yeah, so just go in the description box, and you can get on, say your views or what have you. Give me a shout out. Bam. There you go. All right. So anyway, I got some notes here. So my thing is, when is it okay to quit? It's so interesting, and I'm gonna play a video. I actually got the video. I'm gonna play it before I say my 2 cents here on what I saw today. Give me 1 second. What the? Come on.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Did I just see what I just saw? She said, "Come on, guys, come on. It'll be all right. You can win one out me. Can you imagine if Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan would have quit? Scottie Pippen is still apologizing 30 years ago because he quit on the Chicago Bulls in 1995, 94. Do you remember when Scottie Pippen, and this was his competitive nature, he wanted the rock, he wanted the ball. And Phil Jackson called a play for Tony Kukoc, and he sat on that bench. When he went into the locker room, people were crying, and Tony hit the shot, and he still apologizing to this day. Can you believe that? She's just so nonchalant. Second here, having issues with Facebook feed. If you're on Facebook, definitely just go on to YouTube and watch it. I think I'm having little issues with Facebook. Well, I don't know. But anyway, can you believe that? She quit. Why didn't you quit before the Olympic trials? When is this okay? You want to talk about mental stress? Wait a second. Anyway, so I just want to know when it's okay to quit, because first off, you're fighting for the country. Sometimes some things make me think this was staged. You have all these women boycott. Was this staged? Something to think about. Also, maybe she didn't. She knows something we don't know. Maybe she knows that once they have the ceremony for the rings, maybe there's going to be a lot of people boycotting, and she don't want to be involved. It got to be something else. She wasn't doing this when she first got in. When she first wanted to win, 8 years ago, she fought through it, beat the Chinese. She quit on her team. These people have been doing this all their lives. They probably look up to her because arguably she's the best gymnast ever, which she stated. We'll post that up, but she stated, "I'm the best." Oh, the arrogance! But nobody want to call her out. What? Because she's a female. Talking about, oh, mental stress. Can you quit on your family? There's people got families out here, got to work at 9 to 5. Want to quit, but they can't because they have to pay the bills. Can't stop on your children. Man, shout out to Swanee. Nope, never given her poor scores so that others can compete. Okay, so you think that we're? It looked like she was messing up though, but I didn't watch it, so maybe you know a little bit more than I do. If that's the case, that's conspiracy. And maybe but my thing is she should have fought it out. Y'all remember? I think it was like '92 or '96 when that girl Carrie Stuggs, her ankle was messed up. She was hobbling on one leg, and she wanted to win for her team. She landed that thing, boom, one leg, like it was like a Rocky film in real life, and she got them the gold. I think that was a team with I want to say Dominique Dawes. Man, that group was bad. I don't even. I mean, who's really watching this stuff? I don't even know. I'm not watching it. I mean, it's not saying I'm not interested, but I know a lot of people's not watching it. I think Lola Jones, shout out to her, but she said a lot of people's not watching it because of all the protests that's going on. So I don't know. I'm just not into it. I don't. Usually I am. Maybe I'll be into it once they do the track and field. I do want to see that. But sports was there's a lot of benefits to sports, man, and one of them is don't quit. Now think about it. If it was your child, would you want them to quit? Now, better yet, before she got the money and got the Wheaties box, what you think her family was going to tell her? Girl, you better get up there and make this money. But now she got the bag. It's like, oh no, no, she can quit. Double standards. Is this a double standard? Let LeBron James quit on a game 7. Let's say he quit against Golden State and said, "Oh, I can't do this. I need a mental break." What would happen to LeBron? When you boxing, the worst thing you could do is not go out and fight. There's a few people that said no moss. Was it Hands of Stone? I forgot his name, but they couldn't stand him in this country. So anyway, I'm gonna get Jimmy if you're there. Then I come to you, Will. Give me a second. Jimmy,
Hello. What's up, man?
what's going on, man? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm not feeling good about what you just talked about, but I am feeling good, man.
Mm, okay. Um, real quick, Swanee said, let me get a second. Yeah, LeBron got a school for the kids. He's exempt from everything. You're right. Um, what I'm gonna do is real quick. I'm gonna play another clip of her interview, and then I'm gonna put you on. Talk
Okay,
about it real
let's
quick.
do
All
it.
right. All right. Give me a second. Mhm. Fix this one right here.
Sorry. No, no injury, thankfully, and that's why I took a step back because I didn't want to do something silly out there and get injured. So I thought it was best if these girls took over and did the rest of the job, which they absolutely did. They're Olympic silver medalists now, and they should be really proud of themselves for how well they did last minute having to go in. And it's been really stressful this Olympic Games. I think just as a whole, not having an audience, there are a lot of different variables going into it. It's been a long week. It's been a long Olympic process. It's been a long year. So just a lot of different variables, and I think we're just a little bit too stressed out. But we should be out here having fun, and sometimes that's not the case. I just felt like it would be a little bit better to take a back seat, work on my mindfulness,
Did she just say she's not having fun? And usually that's the case. All right, but I'm gonna keep going. But as long as you caught that.
and I knew that the girls would do an absolutely great job, and I didn't want to risk the team a medal for kind of my screw ups because they've worked way too hard for that. So I just decided that those girls need to go in and do the rest of the competition. So when you
The,
guys talk
the question.
Yeah, we're going to take it a day at a time. I know tomorrow that we have a half day or at least the morning off. So it'll be a good
Wow,
mental rest. And so we'll take it from there.
she don't look like she's stressed,
Mental
does she?
health issues.
Yeah, I say put mental health first because if you don't, then you're not going to enjoy your sport and you're not going to succeed as much as you want to. So it's okay sometimes to even sit out the big competitions to focus on yourself because it shows how strong of a competitor and person that you really are rather than just battle through it.
Oh my gosh.
It was definitely something that was unexpected. We
Mm,
were kind
You hear what she's saying? You know, if you read between the lines,
mm.
she says she quit on us. I'm gonna keep it going, but you heard that.
of emotional when we found out that she wasn't going to continue. And, we all just had to put our minds in a position because at the end of the day, we were just out there to show what we needed to show, and we went up and did what we did, and I'm just very proud that we were able to do that.
She's pissed off. Pay attention.
Ended up doing what we needed to do.
Yeah, I'm really proud of everybody for really stepping up. I mean, it's really hard to lose.
You hear that? I'm gonna take this off the screen. What's your thoughts on it, man?
Yeah, we're dealing with a change in times, man. We're dealing with a change in times. I mean, the Olympics for gymnastics is the largest stage there is in the world for gymnastics. The competition is every 4 years. These people have dedicated their entire lives to the pursuit of this sport. But in today's world, what we're seeing is the destruction of toughness. We're seeing the destruction of perseverance.
Speak on it.
We're seeing the destruction of, I define toughness as doing something that's difficult, doing it anyway, knowing that it's difficult when you start out. It's like doing 500 push-ups a day. That's hard. There's no way around that. Now you're in the Olympics. You're doing something that very few people on the earth who live can do. Now, if you got some issues with your mental health, where's the coaches? Where are the coaches? Because the kind of coaching I received in my life, they would have talked through their teeth and said, "Look, Will, I understand how you feel, but you better turn them flips and do them double pike, whatever they do, double pike, dismount. You better do it."
He's telling the truth. Pay attention, folks.
Because it's not. I mean, I know she's got money and everything, but she only has money because for years she chased greatness. This activity that she just did is not, it's not displaying greatness. She's no longer chasing greatness. And if you wanted to get out, you should have got out at the beginning of the season instead of wasting those other girls' time. We don't, even though the world people are becoming very flaky, life is not flaky.
Right.
And you're going to feel a great deal of pain for that. Gymnasts are very young, like that other girl, Osaka. These people are very young. All right? They're going to regret these decisions the rest of their lives because these are not decisions that champions make.
It's facts.
All right?
So, is there
Michael
a double
Jordan
standard?
played with the flu, half dead the game of his life.
Man, I forgot about that.
Muhammad Ali and Frazier fought to within an inch of their lives. It's not about the money. It's about standing up for your sport and say, look, I declare I'm the best in the world. I'm going to show you I'm the best in the world. And then, hey, mental health be damned. I don't care about your mental health if you want me to be
Man,
honest. Because you
darn it.
said you wanted to be the best in the world. You said you was the best tennis player on planet Earth. You said you was the best gymnast on planet Earth. You didn't say you was the best sane gymnast. You didn't say you was the best sane, well-adjusted tennis player. You told me you were the best on earth, and I asked
Hold
you
on,
to
real
prove
quick,
it.
real quick. Hold on. You need an applause, man. Hold on.
And when it
Continue.
came time to prove that, you said, "Hey, it's too hot in here." And I understand quitting. I have quit things before. Okay, I understand it, but I ain't no world class athlete, Jack. I have not dedicated. It's like Floyd Mayweather Jr. winning the fight, saying, "You know what, man? I just don't want to go to the 12th round. I'm
That's
just
what
gonna
I'm talking
stop right now. I'm just gonna blemish my record, not because someone else was better than me, but because I don't have the nuts to keep going."
That's right.
Now, somebody else can beat you, but you don't beat yourself. That's bad for business.
Yo,
Thumbs down.
your mic is on fire, man. I really woo wee. Hold on, man. I gotta give you another one, man. Bro, I
Yes,
really like
sir.
where we're going, man. Can you stay on for a minute? I
Sure.
got some two other hot people on. I'm gonna put you in the queue, but man, woo, I gotta get you back on, man. Hold on, one
Take
second.
your turn.
All right. Oh man, my brother was on fire. All right, so Swanee, I'm gonna come to you after Will. Will been waiting. Give me a second here. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Man,
I'm just listening to that hot Mike Fire Jimmy X out there putting Jimmy Triple X. Let me put
man,
some respect on his name.
yo, Jimmy almost made me go to the Y and sign up for some type of sport, man. I swear, I was about to say, "What up, man?"
Woo-wee.
I'm about to play volleyball or something, man.
Man, I just heard that dun 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 dun. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And just can you still hear me when I do this? You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, I'm gonna just walk it back a little bit, okay? All right, just like Jimmy has said, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are the best athletes in the world.
That's right.
That the Olympic Games are once every 4 years. This ain't every year. Once every 4 years that you are on the biggest stage. I remember that girl's Carrie Scruggs. That's her name.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching that. That was in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
'96. The
Yep.
girl basically just about had a broken. I don't know if it was broken or just a bad sprain, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna just say a broken ankle. I'm gonna just put some extra, respect on her name. But
Mm-hmm.
that was I'm a kid at that time. I think I was like 9 years old, and I'm watching that. And when you see things like
What are you? I lost you. You there?
can you hear me?
I hear you now. Good.
Uh, yeah, but I saying when you see people persevere through stuff like that, it
Yeah.
makes you think I could probably do it too.
Mm-hmm.
I could do it too. And when we talk about mental health, first off, um, my opinion, as far as Simone, and probably the opinion of the majority of people in America, is that she is the most talented gymnast probably of all time.
Right.
But what we have to separate right now is because mental health is real. But I think that, sometimes, and a wise man that I know, LaRon J, that's who, he said that, sometimes it's a matter of mental weakness. And what
Mm-hmm.
we have to do is we have to be able to strengthen ourselves to be able to go through those things.
That's right.
Someone has said that, if you want to make $1 million, it's best that you first mentally become a millionaire, right?
Mm.
Because if you don't, you're going to get that money and you're going to end up losing it.
Yeah.
So when you're preparing for this, and these girls have went through some traumatic, they had that doctor and all that stuff that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's trauma there.
Right.
People, get molested and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They were prepared for this. And if you weren't going to step in and do it on the biggest stage for your team, where you're taking someone else's place who could have been there, then you shouldn't have went
Yep.
at all.
Now,
Period.
now, do you think it's a double standard? If a man would have done that in the track and field, or and they were playing Jamaica, you think this double standard?
Track and field. Let me look. I don't know if it's ever happened before, but when we think of track and field, I think of Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens had every reason to step out because of mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Owens was dealing with racism. He was dealing with freaking Hitler at the Olympic Games. you know, they,
Wow.
they 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 probably had steroids and stuff like that going on in Germany. So there was reason for Jesse Owens to be under that type of pressure. There was
Wow.
reason for him to be able to bow out and for him to not only stick in there, but to go out there and take names. That's crazy.
That's dope, man. So, um, yeah, you brought up Carrie. I remember watching that. And I remember when she one leg just, man, that was a powerful moment when it came to watching the sports. I remember, I think Dominique Doss was on that team, and they ride with each other, man. There's something about unity when it comes to a team, and that's I don't know if you played sports back in the day, but that was one of the things you learn. You learn how to be a leader, you know, um, working with each other, and you're just there, just blood, sweat, and tears, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So for her to be that
absolutely.
arrogant, for her to be that arrogant, like the way she was looking, like, oh well, I'm fine. I just basically you just quit, man. Wow.
So to answer your question, as far as like male athletes, here's the thing that separates it. Once you go and say that when you out of your mouth say that you're the greatest, whether it's true or not, it puts you on that different level. And that's why a lot of times, like LeBron, gets the flack. Now there's different. Hey, I don't want to take it too much off the subject, but once
Mhm.
she said that, it opened up a whole new level of expectation. You're the
Facts.
greatest. You got to go through that.
Facts.
You, so there's so many situations, where there's pressure. What you want to say if you in war and you in the foxhole and there's all these bombs going on off around you, they firing bullets over your head and everything like that. There ain't no, it's just you and your partner down in the foxhole. What are you going to do?
So
Pressure's on. And if you don't want to die, you going to you going to make sure you survive.
right, right. So what do you think about this? Do you think, and real quick, then I'll get you on Swanee real quick. Do you think this is set up? I mean, because you have all these people boycotting. You think there's something about to go on, or you just think she just decided that she didn't want to do it?
I think that, like she said, there's a lot going on. I believe about everything that she said. There's a lot going on, the pressure, all the stuff that she was saying.
Hmm.
But I think that if you ever played Sega Genesis, like Swanee keeps on bringing up, they was playing at your house. There's always the dude that you've been playing them, and when they about to lose the game, what did they do?
Turn it off.
Turned it off. And that's basically what she did. She turned it off.
Mm, mm. You're right, man. Can you hang on for a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on hold. I'm gonna get Swanee in. Give me 1 second, real quick. Mr. T, this has nothing to do with war. He said it's nothing to do with war, cuz. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. Get you out of here. Yeah, you did turn it up like it was war, didn't you? He was like, war. What? All right, so give me 1 second. Hey, how's it going?
Yo, yo, you can hear me?
I hear you very well, very well. Yeah, so what you been checking it out, man? What you think about the topic here?
Yeah, man, I've been checking it out, man. I just got off social media. I got
Mm,
I got accosted on social media because of my opinion. I guess my opinion was too strong. I felt like, what I'm saying, I felt like she quit. Just like everyone else is saying she quit, I felt the same way. I'm like, man, look, in such a crucial situation, everybody coming at me like, yo, she's already a decorated highly decorated, athlete. She doesn't need this. She doesn't need to do that. What I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she just because she's 24 and
right,
highly decorated doesn't mean that she needs to stop. You know what I'm saying?
right.
No, if you're highly decorated, keep decorating. Like, what the heck are we talking about here? And you know what I mean? At 24, yeah, you're supposed to be as active as possible in your
Hmm.
career. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed
Right,
to
right.
be going after as many things, especially everybody's talking about, yeah, she's talking about she's the greatest. Okay, now you got
Hmm.
to really back it up because now you're on the big stage. So you know,
Facts.
you can't say I'm the greatest and then quit, because
Facts.
you had a moment, you know what I'm saying? And then when you throw it on mental health, it's just like, all right, The other level of it is, all right, it's kind of disrespectful to people that are really having a serious mental health situation right now. And they're probably
Right.
have something in their hands to harm themselves or someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a person that's really, really going through it, like really seriously having a serious mental health breakdown, is disrespectful to them, especially if you're just having a bad day.
Facts.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So do you think it's a double standard when it comes to, like, let's say Kobe Bryant did this, or LeBron James at this point, he was ready to play Golden State in the game 7, and he said he couldn't do it.
Yeah, you know, the black man would definitely not get the same kind of, you know what I'm saying, love and attention and understanding. He would not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he would probably get some support, especially from, you know, the women. The women would support him, but it wouldn't be enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The sports world would, you know what I'm saying, eat him completely alive. Like, as a man, you know, we're expected to shoulder every problem and still, you know, deliver. You know what I mean? That's just the way things are set up. You know, it's a public faux pas to call out a woman and say, you know what, ma'am, excuse me, you were wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's a public faux pas to do this. You know, we can't even do it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I just did it today on Facebook, and I got jumped like, man, like I was George Zimmerman. Like, they jumped me. Like,
Oh,
this
man.
nigga got to go. I felt like I got canceled today. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, same here, man. I'm with you, man. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, but yeah, they definitely will jump you on Facebook, on social media.
Oh man, they
Hold on
did.
1 second. So, real quick before I let you go, because I got a couple more people to jump on though. Let me ask you a question here. I got some other topics here. Now, you into hip hop?
Yeah, hip hop is my thing, man. I love hip hop. You know, grew up in hip hop, all that. Yeah.
All right. So, who is your greatest performer and why? Hip hop.
Greatest performer in hip hop, man. That's hard because, you know, I've seen some guys live, and man, you talk about some serious stuff. I'll say number one, Busta Rhymes was one of the most impactful performances that I've ever seen live. I mean, this dude's energy is almost unmatchable, but I say almost because, you know, I mean, I also got to see Ludacris live, and this dude live is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's certain dudes in the industry that if you don't know about them live and you ain't never seen their live show and you a performer, you might want to, you know, second guess whether you opening up before them or after them. Because if you coming after them, whoa. So I don't know. Busta Rhymes is one of the I would say he's one of the most energetic and most dopest performers I've ever seen live.
Man, dope. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna hit up the next cause. I appreciate it, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep. All right. Oh man, that was dope, man. George, LeBron have quit games, teams, and seasons, and he still gets paid. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. He sure quit, especially what was that? 2010. He should have beat Orlando, man. Come on, man. But it's all good. Swan, hey.
Yo, man, what's going on, man?
Oh man, everything, man. You know, just enjoying life, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. Oh man, I like the hat, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you.
The hat game is mean.
But man, Eric Walker, man, with Hyde Apparel.
Man, you got some good stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, what you think about the topic, man?
Man, first of all, man, y'all all tripping, man. Y'all ain't showing no love. Y'all ain't showing no love, man.
Hold on, real quick. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
Asking me no question. I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you why I'm
that's
mad.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
That's right. Yeah, right off of that, man. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm mad, man. Y'all tripping. Starting with Jimmy, and then Will gonna come in there, man, and back him up. No, man. Listen. We don't know the truth and the details behind why she did what she did, but you got to understand, you know, the pressure that she has on her, man, and knowing that, you know, during the trials and all that, you know, they were talking about even giving her lower scores so other girls can compete, because they just can't keep up with her. She's the greatest in the world. You know what I mean? And she's the best at what she does. And she decided to step aside. And mental illness, is a serious matter. And who knows the real true details behind it. But she decided to step aside, and let her team finish, and they did still win the silver. And there's other competitions to come up. That don't mean she's done for good, you know what I mean. But there may be some some I guess some time for her to come back, depending on what it is. But listen, Michael Jordan won 3 championships. He decided that the love of the game was not in him. His father died. He got killed, actually. He retired. You know what I mean? He eventually came back and won 3 more championships, right? So, and the one comment I just seen, about LeBron quitting, 55 teams and he's still getting paid. Ain't nobody saying anything about him. But I support Simone Biles and whatever she does, man. She's the greatest athlete on that floor, man, ever, man. I'm just, and she's 24, so I'm excited to see, what the future brings for her.
Okay, so if that was a guy quitting, not I'm talking about during the game, would you have an issue with that? I know you're a Steeler fan, and let's say Troy Polamalu, or he quit when they was playing against, what team was that? Arizona. Would you have a problem with that?
Listen, if a Pittsburgh Steeler had done something like that, and decided to sit down because of a mental issue, because of the pressure was getting to him, I would have had no choice but to support him. I can't criticize him or badmouth him. The guy made a decision, but we win as a team. One player does not make the whole team. The team makes the team. So if one player decides to step aside, the other team is going to have to pick that player up. You know what I mean? And fill in where he left off. And that's just a team, team effort as a team. So yeah, regardless of whoever decides to step aside for whatever reason, we got to pick up as a team and just carry the team.
Hold on, man. I respect what you're saying. I'm not going against it, but you getting soft on me, man. I saw you play in a high school game, high pressure game, and you scored the winning touchdown. Is that true?
I scored a winning touchdown, man, no doubt.
Okay, so what if you'd have quit on everybody? You don't think people would have got mad, or you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. Yeah, it was a good game.
It was a big game. Wait, hold on,
a big game.
It was the playoffs. Am I correct? It was the playoffs, wasn't it?
Well, we needed to win that game to get in the playoffs.
Okay, so if you would have quit on the Woodland Hills team, for people who don't know, if you're listening all across the United States, Woodland Hills is one of the biggest prestigious schools in Pittsburgh. And if you would have quit on that game, if you would have quit on them, what do you think they would have done to you?
Listen, man. I don't know how to listen. Honestly, I plead the fifth. You know what I mean on that one. I ain't got nothing to say about that one.
Oh man, somebody getting stomped, man. I see them beating up people in the hood and all types of. You saw that, but I respect your opinion, man. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get hold on a second. I'm gonna get Will on and comment on what you were saying. Hold on a second. Will, you there? Will, yeah, you're on mute. I guess I have to go back if he ain't there. I'm gonna go back to him. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
I had to find the mute button.
Oh man, Will tripping, man. Keep that mute on him, man.
Hey, hold on. We're gonna turn this up. We're gonna turn this up, man. Hold on.
Oh man.
Wait, we're gonna turn this up. I'm gonna get Jimmy on too. Give me a second.
Bro, come on now, dog.
Man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
All right, Jimmy, Will, y'all there?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, go ahead.
I ain't got no mercy for Simone. And I want you to know, as a spectator, I don't care about your mental health. You say you want to be the best in the world. Fuck your mental health, dog. You want to be number one, or you want to be mentally healthy? That's what I want to know. because there are others competitors that will sacrifice everything to be known. This is the world stage. When you put that gold medal around your neck, you're saying, I'm the best weep weep gymnast on the planet. And if you think you're better than me, come and get it. And she said, you know what? I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm mad at her for her team members because look, these folks train for years. They train. Okay, I'm on the team with you and you decide, it's like, hold up now. How many birthdays did I miss? How many holidays did I miss? We get all the way up to the precipice of success and you decide you don't want to do it? That's not, you're not doing me right as your team member. You would not expect that of me. I would not expect that of you. Now, people saying, double standard, it's a woman and everything. None of it's what sports exists for. None of that matters. This is sports. This is not politics. This is not business. This is not society. This sports. You're supposed to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. And if you have to sacrifice a little bit of your mental health, then so be it. So be it. I go along with it.
So Jimmy, you saying the rest of the team needs Simone to win a gold?
They won silver. They did not win gold.
No, I'm saying they needed Simone in order to win a gold.
Yes.
They can't win gold without her?
No, you have to qualify. Get on the team. They picked the most qualified person for the team. She was the most qualified. As Will Thomas said, her ability and she qualified. She pushed someone else out. She made a commitment to those people, to this country, to represent this country in a contest of physical prowess.
Does this country represent her?
I mean, if you're black, you know the deal. I mean, the country ain't never gonna represent you if you black. But you said you wanted to be a gymnast. You said you wanted to go to the limits. You said you wanted to put on the leotard. You said you wanted to be the best in the world. You said you wanted to turn flips. And when the heat get turned up, and the poo-poo is on the fan, now you got to worry about your mental health. What kind of mental health? Get out of here, man. Simone, I'm not taking that from Simone Biles. I'm not taking that.
All right, let Swanee respond to what you said.
Man, Jimmy tripping again. Nah. I respect his perspective on it, honestly, and I understand it. Being that I don't think she have to claim to be the greatest. She is the greatest, and to me, she won the gold before the Olympics even started. So she's a gold medalist to me without even receiving a gold. To me, you know what I mean, because of what she's done prior to all the hard work she has done, all the moves she had created, those dangerous moves that nobody else could have done in the world. And even before going into the Tokyo Games, they were telling her that they were going to give her lower scores. Okay, this is very important. They were telling her they were going to give her lower scores because the moves she was doing were so dangerous, nobody else could do them, so that other girls can compete and even keep up. So with that going in as a mental, that going in trying to do these dangerous things, where she could have really injure herself. I think what she did was probably based on that. I believe. I don't know, but yeah, she tried hard and did whatever she had to do for her team, and she because she did what she did. Somebody else got pushed out to make the team, and now you have the best of the best. I understand your perspective, but I got to respect those who may be going through some things mentally, and I respect her decision, man. She could come back in 4 years. It don't matter. She's still a gold medalist no matter what to me.
All right, Mr. Tom, you there? Mr. Willie.
Yeah, I was listening to little Swanee. I respect both of y'all's opinions. Now, as far as the gold medalist in my heart thing, I can't go with none of that. You gotta win the gold, because here's the thing, and I understand it as far as like if you like the person, if you think that they're a fierce competitor, I think that once again she's the most talented gymnast in the world. She's the most talented gymnast of all time. I just think that right now we're in a time where that is being used and overused to where the video game analogy that I said. Imagine if someone had said, like, why'd you reset the game, dog? I need a mental health break. Someone could literally go and say that. Now, as far as like gold, let me tell you some people who were gold. The Russian team in 1980, they were gold, but they didn't win because there was that USA team came in there, the underdogs. Nobody expected them to win, and they took them out under all the pressure. This was the what's it called, the KGT or something like that. That Russian team, like they were like a team of Ivan Dragos, you know, and the USA team, they could have bowed out mentally, but they didn't. They fought against all odds to beat that Russian hockey team. The one wrestler, I think it was like in 2000. Remember, he was going up against the Russian dude. There's a common thing here, Russia, because even with the gymnastics thing, who won? Russia. But anyway, this wrestler, he never the one Russian wrestler, he hasn't lost in 13 years. He was already gold in a lot of Russians' hearts, but he got in, and that American went in there and beat him. He was the underdog. This is the story of the Olympics. The Olympics, going back to Greece, this is about the greatest of the great. And it's not just about the physical. You have to have the mental toughness. You have to have the mental toughness to even qualify. We just had a woman to kill everybody in the race, and she's taking a drug that slows you down, and she's burning everyone. Even though she's disqualified, but it takes a certain level of mental toughness to even get there. And if you're not going to be there to perform and do what you're supposed to do, you got to get out the way and let someone else who will. That's only fair.
Man, fairness to Swanee said, I think he alluded to America. Like, why would you run for America if America's mistreating you? Is that fairness to say, Swanee?
Yeah, that's fair to say. Yeah, that's fair to say.
What do y'all think about that?
Well, you know what Jimmy is gonna say. America's not finna treat you right, but this is an opportunity, right, to show who you are despite the prejudices that you're dealing with. You see what I mean? This is a chance for you to get on the world stage and show everybody on earth, even though I'm oppressed, even though people mistreat me, I'm still the best there is. This is not something you back out on. The whole thing is what you're seeing is the crumbling of our civilization. That's what you're looking at. That is what when you see Naomi Osaka, when you see Simone Biles, you're watching the United States crumble. Because let me tell you something, if there was Korean gymnasts, that girl would be shot for that. They would say, I'm going to do a test on you to see if you're physically healthy. You could have made it. I don't know what happened to that little Korean gymnast. She did. Okay, we're watching the crumbling of arguably the greatest country in the world. We're watching it crumble right before our eyes because it takes toughness to do anything you want to do. It's going to take toughness. You cannot do that. And then Naomi did it, and now Simone is just they said the same thing. That's not fair to any of us. That's not fair. How could you do that? You gave your life to this. You sacrifice your. I don't know if you know about gymnasts, right? But it's their body. They can hardly have a relation. They get up at 4 a.m. and practice before school. They go to practice after till like 10, 11, 12 at night to have no life. You gave up your life for this. And you're just gonna say your mental health. If you knew your mental health was bad at the beginning of the season or whatever, when you tried out for the Olympics, and I know they're gonna score her low and everything like that, but if you didn't want to deal with that, if people saying she is already decorated. If you so decorated and you fine with the decorations you got, don't try out this year for this Olympics. Let somebody else get up there and get decorated. If you don't feel like you got the chops to do it, if you're not gonna see it through. Where's her coach? I want to talk to the coach.
Now, do you think she quit because I mean, Swanee alluded to it that she's doing all these amazing moves that no one is doing, and they said, "Well, you're going to lose points." Do you think she quit mentally because of that reason? She's like, "Well, I'm not going to do it again." I mean, you think
that don't matter? You was an Olympian. That don't matter. That's tough shit. Just deal with it.
If you can you watch the Cursing Man?
I'm sorry. I just got so infuriated by that. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm monetized now, man. You got.
Oh.
Listen,
that's tough tomato.
The men's basketball team should have quit, and we would have. I wouldn't have said nothing about that.
I agree with that. they suck. I totally agree.
What about this? What about those other countries when the Dream Team was together? They should have quit and said, I can't beat Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson and all them on one team. I'm just going to not play for the Olympics.
Well,
I'm not going to represent Lithuania.
They quit.
They did quit. They won the autographs and they lost by 40. They quit.
They mentally gave up before the game even started.
Do you guys think that the basketball team quit?
I don't think they were motivated to even play. Honestly,
I think they're not good enough. As a team, they're good individually, but I just don't think they're good enough as a team. And now they're blaming Popovich for their failures. And my thing is, when you're that great, you have to stomp on people who you can't let anybody get any confidence. And for them to lose to Russia over this, I just think that's poor form. When she knows if she would have locked and loaded, she would have won. You can't let nobody get an edge on you. That's just the way life is. You know what I mean? But like I feel like with Jimmy, we are losing the edge about us. You know what I mean? Like people are no longer scared of us anymore, and that's not good. You know, it works in business. If you have a business and someone think they can take over you, they will. You know, and what is that showing to little young girls who's trying to do this? I guess they want the men to do it, the transgender men, because they're gonna go for it. The spot's open now since she ain't on it. I'm like, there's gonna be a 6'7" female gonna be on that mug flipping. You know what I mean?
Now, real quick to Jimmy X's point, I don't think she came into this, with the, I guess the thought of, possibly, putting it aside. I think she came into this with full confidence, fully encouraged and ready to perform and do the best she can do as a gymnast. So I think at some point during the Olympics, they were all exhausted. They flew to Tokyo and they had to train and get right back, get in the gym right away. Yeah, I understand. No excuses. I get all that too. But again, you have to prepare. And Jimmy, you alluded to her, whoever her coach is. They have to have game plan set in case one of them get hurt. Now, what if one of them got hurt? What do you do? Now, the other team members got to step up and do the very best they can do. Now, I look at it just like that. What if one of them got hurt? Y'all gonna blame the one that got hurt? Nah. You're gonna say they did the best they can do. Now, the other team, they did the best they can do. Was it unexpected? Probably. But so that's why you have to sometimes just understand certain situations because I don't think this was planned at all. I think this was something that was probably as the games begin. Her supporters. I'm one of them. Just wanted her to do such great things, and I think the pressure got to her, and just based on that, I think she stepped aside.
Okay. Did you watch that? Let me just play it again for people who just popped on here. I'm gonna play the little interview that she had after that incident. Let me see here.
The best in the world. And we
out there and get injured. So I thought it was best if these girls took over and did the rest of the job, which they absolutely did. They're Olympic silver medalists now, and they should be really proud of themselves for how well they did last minute having to go in. And it's been really stressful, this Olympic Games. I think just as a whole, not having an audience, there are a lot of different variables going into it. It's been a long week. It's been a long Olympic process. It's been a long year. So just a lot of different variables, and I think we're just a little bit too stressed out. But we should be out here having fun, and sometimes that's not the case.
All right, so just pay attention when they asked the girls, because she must have not told them what she was going to quit on them. So watch this right here. This is what interesting to me.
I just felt like it would be a little bit better to take a back seat, work on my mindfulness, and I knew that the girls would do an absolutely great job, and I didn't want to
She looks a little cocky to me, if you ask me, but go ahead.
risk the team a medal for kind of my screw ups because they've worked way too hard for that. So I just decided that those girls need to go in and do the rest of the competition.
The question.
Yeah, we're going to take it a day at a time. I know tomorrow that we have a half day, or at least the morning off. So it'll be a good mental rest, and so we'll take it from there.
She is cocky.
Struggling with mental health issues?
Yeah, I say put mental health first, because if you don't, then you're not going to enjoy your sport and you're not going to succeed as much as you want to. So it's okay sometimes to even sit out the big competitions to focus on yourself, because it shows how strong of a competitor and person that you really are, rather than just battle through it.
Simone, the documentary.
It was definitely something that was unexpected. We were kind of emotional when we found out that she wasn't going to continue, and we all just had to put our minds in a great position, because at the end of the day, we were just out there to show what we needed to show, and we went up and did what we did, and I'm just very proud that we were able to do that.
Said we were emotional. What does that mean? It was going off. Like, what do you mean, girl? You gonna quit on us?
They understand her.
Oh man. they would smack her in the back if they could. She on the Wheaties box. Her face got to be cute. So I'm just joking. I'm just joking. What you say about that?
Oh man. I think they were obviously blindsided, but one of the things I wanted to point out in there, she said rather than just battle through it. And that's what I'm saying. That's the part that defines good and great. A lot of these athletes, they battle through it. See, I think that what a lot of us are doing is we're actually thinking of it from the standpoint of us going to our regular jobs and every day and getting stressed out and coming home and got to deal with the wife or the girl or the baby mama that lives across the land who's getting on your nerves, that type of stuff. But this takes real arduous preparation. Really, real preparation. And I don't know who said it, if it was Jimmy or Ron, but they don't have lives, 4 a.m. So when you go back and you look at that tape, it wasn't a matter of her she didn't know what she was doing or whatever. She was messing up, and she essentially went and reset the game. And my prediction is that for when the individual competition comes in, she's going to come in, dominate, get the golds.
Mm,
I agree.
yeah. Okay.
I think it's. I don't know if it's tomorrow or in 2 days when they do individual. It's probably tomorrow because they
Well,
got
they
to keep
got.
the show. They got to keep them warmed up.
Well, they did their job because now I'm going to watch because I want to see it now. I wasn't interested before. I wasn't interested at
And
all.
that, yeah, she gonna show you how great she really is. Watch.
She is great. She is great. I can't deny that she's dominating the sport. Um, now, y'all good? Y'all got a couple more minutes? I know it's late.
I'm
Yeah, a
good.
couple more minutes. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Real quickly, I wanted to talk about this topic real fast.
We're going to battle through it.
Don't
You
quit
know
on
what?
me now.
Hey, listen, I'm turning my camera off.
Don't quit on us.
See how fast I came back?
What y'all think about LeBron's mural being defaced? Did y'all hear about that in Akron?
No, I didn't hear that one.
Oh yeah, somebody put the flop on there. They put a clown thing on his nose, and yeah, and I wanted to
Wow.
ask, do you think why is LeBron so hated? Why do people hate him so much? Or is it hate?
Listen,
Just
wasn't there allegations of him being involved in sex trafficking or something like that?
yes.
Okay, now I guess that's public knowledge. Everybody's speaking on it, so I'm not throwing no shade or anything like that, because a former WNBA player did say that after she went missing for about 2 years. And because of that, I believe people looked at him and looked at him differently. Now, because of that, also, I think that old hate from back in the day when he left Cleveland, to go to Miami, I think that kind of refueled, and they gave him enough Miami heat to mess up his mural in Akron. But yeah, that's unnecessary. I wouldn't condone that kind of behavior. That was wrong. It was probably spiteful and hateful. I don't know why they even did it, to be quite honest.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Will? You there? What you think?
Yeah, I guess my question is, can y'all hear me?
Hey,
Yeah.
you good?
Okay.
Can't hear you now. You talking?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yep.
How about now?
Yep.
Good. Yep. You're good.
Still there?
Yeah, we're here. I'll put you on hold, man.
We hear you.
I'm on my way and back to the Wi-Fi. Put some,
All right,
get
I'll
someone
get
to.
I'll get I'll get
Oh,
you mute.
okay. You
All right,
running
go
you
ahead.
running from a dog right now.
That's what it sounds like too.
You trying to jump over that fence.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
I'm very sorry to hear that LeBron's mural has been defaced. I think LeBron has a lot of. I think out of anybody that need a mental health break, it's him because they want this guy, this kid, this man who just playing basketball to be the savior of the black nation. They put a lot on that guy, man. A lot. Like he can't. I don't want to mess up your monetization, but he cannot pass gas in peace. I mean, anything he does, everybody got to look at it and comment on it. You know, he's like one of the most famous people in the world. It's like a lot. It's a lot on him. I don't think it's as fun to be him as we would think it is because there's so much added to him that really we shouldn't be putting on him. You see what I mean?
So who's we? Who are you talking about?
Like the people like he's like a basketball player, but he's not like Jordan. Jordan was more like, look, I play basketball. I ain't no social justice warrior. I'm out here to get my money. If you don't like it, blank my blank. That was Jordan and Kobe's personality. But LeBron is more like I don't know whether he's taking it on or somehow all this other stuff has been like thrust on him as well. Like you got to be like the black savior, like the Martin Luther King of basketball. I mean, who would want to do all that?
I mean, don't you think he kind of put it on himself though? Because he wore number 23. He wanted to compare himself to Jordan, and just like Swanee alluded to, Jordan needed a mental break from the pressure.
Hmm.
You know,
I heard. Speaking of that, I heard that the NBA David Stern told Jordan. First of all, they say the mob killed Jordan's father because Jordan owed gambling debts. The mob said, okay, well, pay us the money. He said, no, I'm Michael Jordan. And they said, we really don't want the money. We want you to shave points. And if you know Michael Jordan, he'd say, you'd have to kill me. I'm never going to shave points. And they said,
allegedly.
well, allegedly. And I watched a special or something. It's the mob said, well, we'll just kill what you love the most, which is his father. And after that happened, David Stern said, look, I heard about you. You got to leave here for a little while and come back later on.
It
That's
was
what that
I
was
heard that
about.
too, and I heard you know, it was the gambling also because he was dealing with some some mobsters and stuff like
Right, they
that.
get like what the mob does. If you gamble with them, they love to see a Jordan come someone because then what they want to do, they want you to lose the games, and then they can say, "Well, you owe us. Don't worry about the money. Just score less." And if we grew up watching Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan would rather die than somebody tell him that. He's not going to comply with that.
Well, it probably
He's
was more on the fact that allegedly he gambled a lot. You know, like he
yeah,
would gamble on anything. Hmm.
he gambled a lot. He Now watch this. What's his name on these mobsters? I watched their videos. He gambled a lot. He got in with those mobsters. Like he owed those mobsters money, and they said we don't want the money. You score less points. Make the games closer together. He would rather die than do that. And he said, I'm not going to do that. You'll have to kill me. They said, we're just going to kill what you love the most. Because that's what the mob do. They don't play with anybody.
You know he owed he sent money and this was tracked. Um, he played somebody who was a mobster in golf and he lost to
Hmm.
him and then he sent them I don't know 100,000 or something like that and it
Yeah.
was wired so they realized who it was and then I guess his PR team was basically saying that he didn't know he was in that crowd, but that was actually true. There was a book out about it as well.
Yeah. I had heard that on the internet. That's what happened to his dad. That the mob killed his dad because he would not comply with their wishes with those gambling debts. And the NBA itself, he didn't want to retire. The NBA put him out until it could blow over because the murder is a big deal. And they didn't want that on the NBA. And when it had cleared up, they said, come on back.
Yeah, I heard that as well. Um, Now, when it comes to LeBron, like I always say this, because I was one of the biggest LeBron fans when he was in Cleveland in high school. I remember watching all the games on ESPN, and I just think the media pressure you into, like you're a failure if you don't win, and we all know that's not
Yeah,
true. You know,
yeah,
and so they pressured him the same way they pressured Jordan, because Jordan was so pressured because they were just saying he just can score. And that's why he cried so much when he won. And then Shaquille was another one. I remember Wilt Chamberlain went to him and started talking stuff on him, and he was the same way because the media, ever since the media controlled who can get into the Hall of Fame, that's why right now Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame, but he's not. People like that is because the media they control everything. And much as these athletes say they don't read the media, they do. They do. And Cleveland, as we all know, we all went there. I don't know if Swanee, if you went there one time. We went to a Gun Arena. I don't know if you was
Yep.
with us. You was there?
I definitely went there for
Yeah.
sure.
Then we went to see. We saw the Knicks. Did you go on?
Yeah, it
Did
was
you go
Allen.
when we
I
went
remember
before?
Allen Houston was playing at the time.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yep.
so we went there, but that was great. But the city is terrible. You know,
Mhm.
and so they looked up to him. And when he left them and they're burning the jerseys. Now again, I said this before. They stopped they turned on him when he went. He used to be in a public school in high school, and he ended up going to that Catholic school, and he generated millions of dollars for them, and that's when people really start not liking him, because they was like, man, you sold out. So I feel like LeBron is trying to make up for what he did. And I mean, I don't know if I was in that pressure, who knows? I probably would have did the same thing he did.
Yeah,
You know?
you got to think about it. I mean, we all know what happened to Dave Chappelle, right? He's a comedian.
Right.
He got offered a boatload of money, and with all that pressure on his shoulders, and the fear of just having that much power and control, at that time, he stepped aside. You know what I mean? And he took a break. I don't know if Simone is going through the same thing, but Dave Chappelle took a break, and I think LeBron right now, he might take a break too, because this, like you said, the media puts a lot of pressure on these athletes, to speak every 15 minutes, giving you phone calls, every 10 minutes. You got to do a show every 15 minutes, and you really don't get time to spend with your family. And the hatred is coming from everywhere. Now, on the basketball court, there's no argument. Michael Jordan is the best on the basketball court of all time, period. LeBron is probably fifth or sixth, maybe. I just want to throw it out there. But yeah, for them to, ruin his mural, that's terrible. There's no need for that. And who knows, that could have been planned. That could have been set up, and that could have been, some folks who really don't like him or like us in general.
Right, absolutely. Well, you there?
I'm here. I'm just listening to Swanee over here. He just gained a lot of haters, talking about possibly fifth. Oh man, you don't put LeBron over.
I can't put Kobe over him. I know that. I can't. I don't know what his list is, but I can't.
I mean, I don't know. I'm biased. I'll admit it. I like Kobe. I think Jordan was definitely the best. I'll take, if I gotta take him on the team, I'm taking Kobe over LeBron.
You like ball hogs on the team. You just want to rebound because you can't shoot. LeBron passed you too many times, you'll be missing bunnies, huh? Yeah.
Nah, I mean, we're LeBron over there putting his hand out like why didn't you shoot the ball? Kobe probably over there smacked him in the head and stuff.
Right. Yeah, so real quick, you heard about him accumulating $1 billion.
Yeah, he reached that billion.
Big ups. That's huge.
You know who's next though, as far as basketball players, right behind them is Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's close, but I don't think he's that close.
Right.
I know Kevin Durant doing some big things in PG County, just like LeBron doing in Akron. But yeah, he's definitely next. If he stays on that road and that path, I think he'll get there soon enough.
Yeah, Kevin
a blessing.
got let me see, $264 million playing basketball right now, and he made $300 million in endorsements. He have Acorn, Uber, Nike. So, I mean, he used to have Postmates, but I guess Uber bought him out. Making good investments. Now, LeBron don't. I mean, I don't know. I'm pocket watching right now for people watching. I always pocket watch, but I don't believe he has $1 million. I mean, $1 billion. It's just he made that during his career. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You got to think about taxes too, because like I said, I'm pocket watching. Half of that's gone. And then he got to pay all his agents and everything. So he don't have it, but it's incredible for an athlete his caliber to accumulate that much money.
Yeah. I think they're adding all the assets that he owns, and I think they use that in their calculation to put everything in a lump sum, and then say based on your assets, you're $1 billion man. Sorry, Will, to cut you off.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I don't think I know he doesn't have $1 billion liquid, but it reminds me of organization that I worked with, they would call certain people $1 million ring earners, and it wasn't necessarily that these people were making $1 million a year, but more so that they did it in an accumulation over their career, which that's definitely great. But I think the framing is kind of different, and the funny thing, they, just like Swanee had said, they do it all the time. They do it with, whenever you look at net worth, you're looking at house value, business valuation, stock, and things like that. But at the end of the day, that valuation of $1 billion in assets that LeBron has will give him entitlement to be able to get access to
Amazing.
billions more. So
Amazing.
that's why you want to have that type of valuation. He'll be able to get more.
I think it's
Yeah,
kind of
because like
like
I'm looking at.
when
Go ahead.
I think it's kind of like when Tiger Woods, when I read that about Tiger Woods maybe 5, 10 years ago, what the article said is that he has been paid $1 billion because he had made $100 million 10 years in a row. Tiger Woods did. So maybe that's what they're saying about LeBron. Maybe he has made $1 billion over his career. Who knows what he has stashed, what investments he has stashed. He
Right.
could be over that. But I think they're just saying how much money he's been paid to, his cash
Right.
flow through, all
Let's say.
cumulative over a period of time.
Let's just say if he needed money to buy a team, he can probably get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why is he? That's what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. One of the people, who was it? Well, I know Jimmy X. He knows a lot about finances. Shout out to Jimmy. But like if you have any type of, like, even us, if we have $30,000-$40,000, hold on 1 second, in the bank, and you put it in a credit union, and you get a LLC, they'll give you anything you want. I know a lot of people in
Facts.
California. I mean, not, excuse me, not California, but Atlanta. Shout out to my boy Chaz. He's he knows some business partners that is doing that. Like, they're getting a group of people. They're all working on their credit, and they're putting, let's say $10,000 a month for 6 months in the bank. Once, if you do that in a credit union, they'll give you anything you want. They'll just throw off money. So that's what's happening in Atlanta. You know what I mean? But just imagine him, like his deals. Like he started Spring Hill Entertainment. And most of these movies, like, I didn't know, like, he partnered up with Netflix, HBO, Disney, Apple, CBS, NBC, ABC, ESPN, and it was under his production with the Space Jam movie. Now, I didn't know he had something to do with that self-made CJ Walker movie. Anybody watch that
Yeah, I watched it.
on Netflix?
That was
On
good.
Netflix?
Yep.
Yeah, so he Survivor's Remorse, The Shop,
Mhm.
More Than an Athlete, The Rise, The Carter Effect, What's My Name, Ali. So he's doing his thing, man.
He's
Come to
doing
film.
big things.
It
Big
was a
things.
smart move. It was a smart move for him to move to L.A. You know, something that Shaq tried to do. Shaq is paid too, but I'm just saying, well, Shaq went to L.A. for the
Oh,
deal.
So is LeBron eating by himself, or is he helping the team?
I'm assuming. I think he's eating by himself. I mean, he puts his team on, like, I think it was a dope move. Give me 1 second. Go ahead and Will, you there? Give me a second.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And well, I know one thing. LeBron brought a lot of the team with him.
Right.
And I think about how a lot of athletes talk about giving people money, but he positioned people to be able to give them the opportunity to have a skill and grow
Like
that
his
skill.
friend is his agent. His friend is his
Yeah.
agent and stuff like. So he did bring his team with him. He brought his
Rich
people with him.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Rich Paul, man. I mean, that what he did was amazing because like he created this company, and a lot of the stars that's on his team is in the company. Like what's the dude's name? Anthony
Ball.
Davis, Lonzo Ball, Anthony Davis, and a lot of others. So he's actually controlling the narrative for real, inside and out.
Mhm.
So shout out to him.
Definitely. Much respect for that.
Yeah, yeah. So last thing, man, I'm gonna ask, then I'm gonna wrap up here. I want to, I always like to do a hip hop question. Who is your top performers that you saw on TV or went to, or if you want to do top five, if you could do it on top of your head, that's cool. Um, start with you, Will.
Uh, I, I'm a probably have to. Nah, nah, nah. I
You
mean,
could
all
do it.
right, all right. So I'm gonna put on there, X number one.
Mhm.
Um, performers. I'll fit M in there somewhere. He'll float around. Um, Jay. That's probably about all I've seen. I mean, anything else I'm gonna have to just go by what I listen to.
All right. If you could, who would you go see outside of the people you named?
Well, the way you was talking about Busta, that I'm sitting there. When you was telling the story, I'm sitting there outside my car jumping. Sitting there thinking like I don't want to get beat up. He might be waiting in the bushes.
Woo-ha!
Yeah, man. Definitely go
Got
see
you.
that dude.
Yeah, like even on that he was on that Violators CD, ripping it up. It was to the point where you kind of felt like the other rappers were better than they were. You like, man, I'm not saying she's bad, but you're like, man, Rob Digger is a beast. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Busta, like he kind of elevated, and their chemistry was like crazy.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, that's I gave y'all four. I'm gonna add. I would wanted to see you know I'm a cheat. I'm gonna just say the locks. That's 3-1.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Jimmy X, what about you?
From what I've seen, DMX, Eminem, definitely Bust a Bus. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I never saw the Notorious B.I.G. perform. That's my favorite rapper. And then Jay Z after that.
What's your favorite song with Biggie? Let me see if he's a real fan.
Um, Love the Dough with him and Jay Z.
Okay,
That's one of my favorites.
I was going to ask
And
you what's your favorite collabo, but okay, you're a fan.
yeah, man, Love the Dough. What's that
Yeah.
one I was just singing it to my little baby son? Me lose my touch, never that. If I get dead, ain't no problem to get the cat. Where you more money, more problem. Got the flow down, pitch at the platinum plus life. Every time I say that to my little baby, he just laughs. So yeah.
All right, Swanee. I know Swanee's the hip hop enthusiast. Who you got?
Well, listen, well, let me start. Let me say this by saying, as far as performance, because what I did see live back in the day was DMX and the Hot Boys, Cash Money.
Mm,
They put on a hot live performance, man. I mean, everybody was jumping around the whole stage. They had 30 people in their crew, the Hot Boys back in the day, and but DMX he brought his own energy by himself. But those two, well, that group and then DMX. But now I'm gonna take it back to the old school because they call me old school Swan for a reason.
mhm.
So I'm gonna go with Run DMC. I'm gonna go with Public Enemy, and I'm gonna go with Salt and Pepper. Man, those were the best performers, man, as far as hip hop. Yeah,
Mhm,
I can,
mhm.
you know what I mean. They brought a lot of energy, you know what I mean, to hip hop, man, and LL Cool J, no doubt. I'm bad, he brought a lot of energy with that.
Yeah, I love that jam, man. All right, so you named. Let me see. How many you
I
named?
think I named 6 probably.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, me, you already heard mine, but DMX, Busta Rhymes, Jay Z, Karis One. I ain't never see Big Daddy Kane, but I mean, I saw him on TV, but I just put him in there because I thought he's a dope performer. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all getting on, man. You want to give a shout out or close up anything you
Yeah,
pushing? But
yeah. Let me give a shout out to Simone Biles. I support you, sister.
you ain't even gonna watch her tomorrow. You ain't even gonna watch her, man. It's like,
I'm gonna make sure I watch her. Josie Sports Nation,
that's what I'm
tuning
talking
in.
about. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, man. What about you, Mr. Jimmy? You want
Hey, just want to
shout
give
out?
a shout out to everyone that got on the call and keep it real and keep it rough. This is good stuff, and that's it, man. I'm glad to be here.
All right, and Will, you still there?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I'm here. You know what? I was like, let me turn the camera on for this real quick.
Mhm.
You know, but yeah. First, I wanted to definitely thank you for having me on the show. This was a awesome show.
Yeah, it
Um,
was fun.
Jimmy and Swanee, they love you guys, your points of view. And the thing that I like, best is that we can at times disagree. At the end of the day, we brothers. We go on, we can still build and things like that. So I definitely love that. Um, wanted to definitely shout out, tomorrow, Wednesday night, 10 p.m. You guys know what's coming up. T&J Radio, we're going to have the raw, real, and unfiltered. We're going to be getting into it, getting into the dumb stuff. Continuing on. Like this episode of Josie Sports Nation got me, wound up and ready to go more. You ever wind up one of them toys and you wind it up too much, and then it just like break because you kept on turning it too much? Well, this ain't broken. It's going to like speed across the room. So if you haven't subscribed, go on to YouTube, TNJ Radio, like it says on the banner. Subscribe. You don't want to miss it. Tomorrow, Wednesday night, 10 p.m.
Oh man, that was dope, man.
Definitely.
But I'm gonna wrap up here. Appreciate your support, guys, and I'll
Appreciate you.
definitely see you on that TNJ radio tomorrow.
Thanks for having us on.
Thanks for having us on.
All right. Oh man, that was dope. Dope, dope, dope. Give me a second here, folks. Oh man. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna wrap up, man. That was a really good show. Definitely for the people who watch this on delay, leave a comment, like, subscribe to the channel. I definitely love the support on the channel, but I think I'm gonna leave it right there, and I'm out.